I can hear you, Bubby. I can hear you. Hello, 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 everyone. It is the weekend. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, depending on your time zone. I know we all are living in a different time zone. That is the beauty of the internet. We can connect from around the world, and I'm so excited about that because that is also one of the major benefits of ArtFight. Isn't that so great? I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'm going to go ahead and switch screens here, and we're going to hop on over to ArtFight on my screen. I just need another second. I'm running behind. I literally just woke up. I'm usually awake at so it's 9 o'clock my time for the stream, and I'm usually awake at about 6:30 each morning, which is just not the case right now. For some reason, I managed to sleep in all the way to exactly 9. So here I am. Thank goodness, at least. Hey, stop doing that. Stop doing that. My cats are being obnoxious. Right. Anyway, it is also June 14th. I don't know if you guys know, but June 14th is, at least in America, it's a very special day. It is No King's Day. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody celebrating No King's Day today. I know that I plan to be. I just haven't had, obviously, a chance to get ready for anything since I'm only just now waking up. But it's okay. We're going to make this work. I don't need this open. What I need is this down here. I'm going to put this down here and we are going to get started because ArtFight is literally like 2 weeks away. There we go. Now I can see the chat. That's what I was doing. I was arranging my screens so that I could see all of your lovely comments. Hello, Cam. Hello, Raincoat and Marshmallow Muffin. Already-ish, I see you. Good to see you. Cat meow, says Cam. Yeah, they are hungry. They haven't had breakfast yet. Unfortunately, my husband's gonna have to feed them since I am jumping on a street jumping on the stream last second. So they're probably gonna cry and meow for breakfast until he gets to them. I'm gonna actually drop him a text real quick and ask him to do that. That way they're not singing the song of their people the whole stream. Jingle Draws, hello! Good to see you. Glad you made it. You said, howdy, lads. New here, been binging ArtFight videos recently in prep for season because I've been hyped since April. I am so excited for you. ArtFight is amazing. And we do have a new news post, so I want to go over that first thing today. I think that, hey buddy, hey. No, I'm so sorry. The cats are going to be like this all day or all morning until they get their breakfast. I'm gonna try to like barricade them out. Out we go. I'm gonna need you guys to stay out. There we go. That should do it, hopefully. What a chaotic morning. You're currently also writing a character description, says Raincoat. That is amazing. I think this is going to be my 9th ArtFight. I think so. And they do the team theme reveal usually a couple of weeks before ArtFight, and it looks like we're about to get that on the 22nd. So I hope you guys are really excited for that. I know I am. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Just because I want this to be, and also, is the stream lagging? I hope not. It looks like I'm just gonna have to trust it. I'm gonna have to trust it. Team theme reveal, 6/22. So we are looking at a theme reveal in about, what is that, 1 week from now? I think that's about like 1 week. And it's gonna be on their YouTube channel. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this link. And I'm going to drop that into the chat. If you guys want to go to the ArtFight YouTube channel and follow it, and then come right back to the stream. Don't want to skip the stream here. I'm going to go ahead and let the ad play in the next like 30 seconds. So you guys can go do that if you want to do that. Follow the ArtFight channel. and then rejoin me right here on stream because we are going to start preparing ourselves for this season, which I am really excited for. I hope you guys are too. I know you guys are too because that's why you're here. It's going to be a really good time. It always is. It always is. Cam says in 2 weeks. Oh, only 2 weeks. Yeah. 2 weeks to go. And check this out. There's going to be a full day's schedule for that theme reveal. They usually do this on Twitch. I'm excited to see that they're doing it on YouTube this year. And we're going to want to save this. I'm definitely going to drop it into the Discord as well. If you guys are able to join me on Discord, I think the link is in the description of the live. So check that out. And we will definitely have to check this out on the day of. So I'm really excited for that. Here is the schedule for the theme reveal. It's going to be a fantastic stream. So we will plan on doing that. And as you can see here, this is my Discord server. You're welcome to join us. We've got all kinds of things going on in here. We've got ourselves, I'm gonna go ahead and make this bigger real quick. We've got ourselves an entire art bite section where you can fill out what theme you think you would choose based on the ones we voted on earlier this year. This template is pinned in here, so if you go to the pins at the top of the art fight category, you're going to see that there's a couple different things. We've got an art fight bingo card. We've got ourselves some other meme templates that you can fill out in here just to kind of like have a little bit of fun getting ready for art fight in general. And it looks like you can also scroll back and see some of the things that we did last year if you're really curious, which can be a lot of fun. Buddy, I don't know how they keep getting in here. Out, out, out. You silly cats. Okay, Jingle Drill says, I'm desperate for fossils versus crystals, and Raincoats agrees. What? I'm very curious. What is your guys' favorite? I'm going to go ahead and pull this back up so you guys can see what the list was. I'm curious, is everybody in here, like vast majority of people thinking fossil versus crystals? Or are you leaning a different direction? I would love to hear it. Cam says, I need fossil. So you're going to go team fossil. I hear that. I don't remember what I put. I know I filled this out at some point. So if I go back to my YouTube channel real quick, like I will leave this up for you guys. I'll leave this up for you guys so that you can give me your answers because I do want to know. And then I'm going to pull up what I filled out because we're currently looking at CJ's. This is CJ's list of what he would have chosen. And then if I go to my YouTube community tab, I posted it here once upon a time ago. There it is. So I'll be able to pull this up and share it with you guys. So here is what I originally selected for myself and what teams I believe that I would choose to be on based on what we voted for. Raincoat says, I'd be crystals if that theme gets picked. Crystal, I honestly truly agree with you guys. I think fossils versus crystals is a really good one because it feels super balanced. I think it feels super balanced. I think we would have more balanced teams if we did get that theme because I feel like people would choose them in a more balanced number than maybe in other years where things were a little unbalanced and some teams just got more people than others. I would be a fossil if we did fossils versus crystals. Jingle says, I've had a crystal idea for so long. Yeah, I think crystals are super pretty. It's a hard choice. I will give you that. It's a hard choice, at least for me, picking one side or the other. Some of them are easier than others. I definitely would not pick Arctic because that was an easy choice for me. Tropic all the way. I love living in Los Angeles. I love living on the beach. I just would rather be here than cold. City Lights versus Forest Nights, Destruction versus Creation. That one I think is a little weird. Not weird. I just think it would be hard to choose Destruction when we are literally like a whole community of creatives. I just feel like that's kind of like a no-brainer. We're all creatives, so why would we not choose Creation? Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's kind of how I feel about that one. Flora versus Fauna. This is probably my least favorite on the list, Flora versus Fauna, because we already did Wither versus Bloom, I think 2 years ago, and it seems just a little bit close to me. I know like Fauna is more like animals, and then Wither and Bloom were both plants, but I still think it's just kind of close. It's similar enough. So that's kind of why I wasn't really feeling that one. But it wouldn't stop. None of these themes would stop me from like playing. I wouldn't be like put out and not want to play. So yeah, I hear that. Jingle Draws says Glimmer and Gloom also seems close to either Bloom, to Wither and Bloom to me. Yeah, I see that too. You're right. That is also kind of similar. It's gonna have a lot of the same like vibe, maybe the same aesthetic. Time versus Space could be a good one. I don't know how much we could incorporate that into our artwork if you wanted to lean on the themes, but it could be done. Yeah, I think that I'm kind of like, so as far as like my number one pick down here, I did put Forest Nights, like out of the City Lights versus Forest Nights. I did pick this one only because I think it's the easiest in my mind to visualize if we were going to make theme related drawings. So I think that when I filled this form out, that's why I chose that one. But I'm also like really into fossils versus crystals. So, and I'm hoping and I'm thinking if I had to bet on this would be my bet on what I think is going to win this year. I think it is going to be fossils versus crystals. It just seems like from all the times that I've talked with others who are playing, that was in the tip top of most people's voting list. So I feel like it's a really, really, really good shot that fossils versus crystals could be the winner this year. Hello, Kaisan. Welcome to see you. Glad you made it to the stream. I hope you're having a great weekend. And Jingle says, time it gives me clock and steampunk vibes, and then space kind of feels futuristic, so that's interesting. Yeah, so way back before we voted on these, we also got to make suggestions, right? You got to fill out a form and suggest what you wanted. And I had suggested something like that, like not steampunk versus cyberpunk. We had already done that, but I had done like, oh, yeah, it was like sci-fi versus, I honestly can't remember. I'd have to go back through old streams to figure out, but it was something along those lines, similar to what you're saying. But I can understand why they didn't choose it, because we literally did have a year. So let's go back real quick. Back to this, because we literally had a year where we did do cyberpunk versus steampunk already. And I'm scrolling down my page because I want to show you the badges. So here we have, yeah, it was 2021. Even though I have a steampunk comic, I chose to be on Team Cyberpunk, probably for two reasons. One, because we had just gotten the Cyberpunk game out, I think, like that same year. And the other reason is because I have steampunk characters, and I wanted Team Steampunk to draw my steampunk characters, so I joined Cyberpunk so that I'd be on the opposite team. That was my strategy. We did not win. As you can see, there's no crown over top of Cyberpunk, so that was not the winner that year. Steampunk definitely won. And then Wither versus Bloom, yeah, that was 2 years ago. Or I guess 3 years ago now, but that was 22. So it still seems fresh enough that I don't really want to do another theme that is so similar. Like, I don't want to do Glimmer versus Gloom. I don't want to do Fauna and Flora, because I think both of those sound similar to Wither versus Bloom. I did really, really enjoy last year, like, no kidding, Stardust versus Seaphone. Super enjoyed that. I think that was a really good one last year. And if you're interested, by the way, when we're not streaming, I did do, it's like one of my recent videos on my channel, I did do a like debriefing of last year in my sketchbook tour video if you want to go back and check that out. And like I show you guys all of my drawings from last year, and I did them all in a notebook. So I like challenge myself to get off of digital and to get into traditional and do some traditional drawing. So that's fun to look at if you're interested in something like that, and if you're thinking about maybe challenging yourself to do something like that. Canvas's Seafoam teen cards were so pretty. I agree. I loved the color palette. The color palette was so pretty on both sides last year. The color palette was so pretty. So I don't know about you guys. I do want to try my hardest on June 22nd to be here for this, to enjoy the live stream that's going to be happening on YouTube for the team theme reveals. The reveal is going to happen. What time zone is this? First of all, let's make sure we're looking at UTC time zone. I have no idea what that is for me. But it looks like they're doing the countdown really late at night. Well, I say late at night. I'm usually, like I started the stream telling you guys I usually wake up at 6 a.m. So it's late for me to be waiting until 8 p.m. to get a final countdown. But I don't know what UTC is compared to PST. So I'll have to do a little bit of math translations. I suggest that if you guys are going to do this, you also translate the time zone for yourself so that you catch it at the right time. But they've got a full day planned for us. They're going to have like a live stream with music and hangout. They're going to play Gartic Phone, and I'm assuming that people who are on the stream are going to get like an invite, and you can go play with them if you want to draw with the ArtBite stream. Draw the OC is probably another drawing game that you guys can do live, and then an AMA with the staff, which will be really fun to like get all that extra information from them. A Jeopardy game ending in the final countdown for the final team reveal. In the ArtFight Discord, Jingle Draw says, Fossil versus Crystals, Dragon versus Unicorns, and Time versus Space seem to be the ones you see the most. Yeah, I think... I'm gonna pop this open. So last year there was, I think, a lot of disappointment when the theme was not Knights versus Dragons for a lot of people. So this is kind of a second shot at getting dragons on the ticket for a lot of people, so I could see that also being a really big contender. Cam's Seafoam team cards were, I read that part, and then Jingle said last year was my very first year, so I'm kind of excited for anything, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's always a good time, regardless of the themes. Like, it's really exciting to get really hyped and excited for this, because as soon as they drop the themes, you can start making theme-related art for your profile. You can start making theme-related references for your characters. You can even do your own, like, meet the artist, like, your own kind of, like, bio card and put that on your profile. There's a lot of things you can do once you have the themes. So that's also another reason why it really helps for them to do it before July 1st. That way you have all that stuff posted to your page before it starts. So, like, every year, ArtFight will begin on July 1st. They recommend you start preparing and updating characters and bookmarks now. Agreed. That's definitely something we were planning to talk about today anyway. And getting your reference into shape, and there's no time like the present. Remember the drawing before attacks, specifically attacks before ArtFight is against the rules. Don't do it. Also, they can catch you. They're really smart. They're really good, especially when the first, like, I don't know, probably when the first, like, 400 go up. Those are the ones they're going to be scrutinizing the most. If they're like, oh, it's July 1st and 1 minute after the game begins and you just start posting, they're going to be like, yeah, you were obviously drawing before the game started. So don't do that. Don't set yourself up like that. Don't get caught, because you could potentially lose your profile. They could, like, ban you, they could suspend you, you know, things like that. I'm not sure exactly what the consequence is to breaking that rule, but it's not going to be good, so don't do it. Can people even get online that early? Yeah. Well, yes and no. Technically, yes, but usually, because the ArtFight player base grows every single year, usually we crash the servers, and they have to, like, go in and pay for more server space and then work a deal out with whoever the server host is to give us more space and then actually unlock all that space, or however that works in the back end, before it can handle the volume of people that are trying to play on the first day. But they are pretty quick about it. I think they've kind of like learned how to respond to that after a couple of years of us crashing the website. All right, so let's talk about, I'm just like scrolling through here because this is my first time opening this news bulletin, so I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything that we may want to see. We did talk about on my last Art Fight live stream about how they pay for all of this stuff, how they pay for all of those servers and everything. And if you're interested, I do suggest going back afterwards and watching that stream. Hello, Animated. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the stream and happy weekend. And I honestly found this so interesting, and it is really such an expensive game, and we get to play it for free every single year. And I just really feel like the least we can do is learn about it, you know, and show our gratitude. So I do want to plug my other stream just real quick for after this one's over. Go back, check it out. It looks like, let me see. It looks like, hang on. I'm going to navigate to it. We're going to go to lives. Okay. Yeah, it's this orange one here. So 3 back. This is one you're watching right now. This was one about a webtoon contest. If you're interested in webtoons, definitely let me know. We could talk webtoons all day. I promise you, I never get tired of webtoons. And then Art Fight right here, this third one back, the orange one, it's Art Fight is free. Art Fight 2025 is free for players. And then the subtitle is Who Pays for Art Fight? Spoiler, not you. The true cost of Art Fight and why it's still free to play. I think this was such good information. I highly recommend checking it out. Just not right this second, obviously, because we are live currently, and I would hate to send you guys away. So that is kind of like just what they wanted to let us know that they've raised $56,000, and they're giving us a big thank you here in this update. And the 56 is honestly not even going to close the gap from what they need, but it's a huge start. So that's great, and I want everybody to just kind of like be aware and like join me in gratitude and appreciating that they're able to do this for us. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things here. The first one I want to look at, just because it's quick and it's easy, is bookmarks. Hello, Lunar Garden. I'm glad to see you. Hello, Artbreaker. Welcome to the stream. You're a bit late, Payment. That's okay. I was a bit late. I was like 7 or 8 minutes late to my own stream. I appreciate you guys having patience and waiting for me to get my stuff together so that we could have this thing. This year, they have done something brand new with bookmarks, and I'm hoping that you guys can see this on screen. They have created folders, so we can now organize our bookmarks. So you can look at this. I have 100 bookmarks, and they're all unorganized because those are all from like previous years. They're now allowing you to create folders. So like you could create a folder and make it, like I could do a 2025 folder, and this will be new bookmarks for the year 2025. I don't know what color we're gonna have this year, so I'm just gonna pick a color to make the 2025 bookmark. Let's do just this nice pale blue. Icon option, a folder. I don't know what to do with that, so I'm just gonna let it be. A list of valid icons here. Let's check them out. What are our valid icons? Cool. So we can pick any of these to be like the picture for our folder. Interesting. I'm gonna pick the one that's got a pencil on it. Why not? Let's do that. I think. Interesting. Okay. I just want to. Okay, it's copied. So if I go here, can I just paste it? Or maybe I have to get rid of this, like. It didn't work. It didn't do it. Make sure you type the icon's name exactly as it appears on Font's awesome website. If valid, it should appear on the box to the left. I must have done something wrong. Oh, user edit. I think it's just called user edit. All right, let's do that. Yes, that worked. Okay, so this is brilliant. I love it. We have the ability to sort our bookmarks now into folders. We can even customize them by picking our own icon, picking our own color, and writing descriptions and titles. I'm just gonna make this one 2025, new bookmarks for this year, create folder. Beautiful. So now I have my original 100 bookmarks that I've carried over from past years over here in unorganized. Any new ones I can put into this folder. So let's practice this. Let's check it out. I'm going to go to the ArtFight homepage and we're going to scroll down and look at recent characters. And we're going to find some that we want to bookmark for this year. I kind of like this already. I'm going to right click and open that one. It's just so colorful and pretty. Let's also find some others. This is like kind of reminding me a little bit of the Alice in Wonderland caterpillar. D Fanatic, hello! Good to see you. Are you excited for ArtFight? I hope so. You said my new characters and redesign is a work in progress. That's what we're here for. Today is the day for all of that, for prepping your character references, for prepping your profile, for prepping your bookmarks. We're here for it. We're going to do all of that today. Jingle Doll says, I'm so tempted to learn coding and do CSS, but it's so intimidating. Yeah, it can be kind of tricky. I have a slight foundation in website design, just ever so slightly. So I've been able to do minor things, but I'm not putting in any major, like, top tier website designs. I just think that I want to spend my time maybe somewhere else. I've kind of like figured out the parts that I want for my page, and then I want to spend my time on like references and bookmarks and other techniques for getting prepared for ArtFight. And also as a YouTuber making my videos, right? Like I need to also put some time and energy into that as well, because that is how I connect in general with my broader audience and how I help grow my own community so that I can meet more artists like you and make friends with other artists who have the same interest as me, and we can all kind of like get to know each other and just stay connected. I think that that's great, and that's why I try to put just as much focus on my YouTube channel as I do on ArtFight, because YouTube's all year long, ArtFight's 1 month a year, so I just don't want to like lose sight of that. But ArtFight, it really is the artist Christmas, in my personal opinion. I am excited for ArtFight every year as I am for Christmas. Maybe a little more now that I'm an adult and my Christmas presents aren't like as fun as getting toys as a kid. So I'm scrolling through here. I'm looking for some characters that maybe I would want to bookmark. I did already open one over here. I want to check it out. I want to see the full body image. Oh, that was kind of the full body. Okay. So he's got like the diamond face, the wings on the head, this Mario looking hat, which is cute. But then he's really just got kind of like some, like a little, he looks like a little game piece, like a little game piece, hands and feet. I don't know if this is a cape or more wings back here. The pink sapphire shard is what this person said. All right, I think, let's go ahead and do it. Let's add this person bookmarks. I want to see how we put them in a folder. So I'm going to make this number one in folder. Oh, they make it so simple. There's a little drop down in folder 2025. So this will be my first character in the 2025 folder. And then I want to view folder. That is insanely cool. I love how easy they made that. My folders are separated by clowns, magic users, ponies. That's really smart, Artbreaker. I should do that instead. Like sort it by type of character. Like anthro, human, simple shape. I think that's really good. Maybe I'll do that. Let's edit this one. Can I edit my folder? That's another great question. Can I edit? Yes, I can edit it. All right, so I'm going to make this simple shape. Simple shape characters. And I will leave the rest the same. Edit folder. I wonder then, can we sort them like from past, because if I go back through here, this is a simple shape character, also super cute, the marshmallow with the wizard's hat. I love that. So I'm going to select that, and I think you can. I think it's going to be as easy as clicking move selected. So let's try that. That's a simple shape character. Let's see if we can find a few more. Oops. A few more to sort into the simple shape character folder. This guy. This one. Okay, I think that's it for the first page. So we'll move these, move selected, into folder simple shape. This is too cool. I do love that. That, genius, absolutely genius. How neat, how clean, how organized. This is a feature I did not know we needed, but we needed it. That is amazing. Alioun says, I was overwhelmed by how many non-human OCs there are. It's pretty neat. I'll be branching out for sure. Yeah, that, I say this every year. Art Fight is the time to level up. Push yourself to draw stuff you would not normally come up with. Things outside of your comfort zone. And it will teach you things like, it will like expand your muscle memory. It will expand the way you think about characters. It'll change the way you think about color. Art Fight will definitely help you grow as an artist. It'll help push you. It'll help level you up. I get better every year after Art Fight. I learn new things every year during Art Fight that I wasn't even trying to learn. It just happened by trying my best to give somebody good gift art. And really, when that's all you're focused on, it takes some of the pressure off. It makes it, instead of being stressed about what you're trying to learn, you're really just trying to give somebody a good gift. And that makes it way easier for some reason. At least in my mind, it makes it so much easier for me to put aside what I don't have to try so hard to pick out what I'm learning. I just try really hard to draw nice art for other people, and I end up learning something on accident, if that makes sense. Alioun says, Artbreaker, your page looks so good. I want to see Artbreaker's page. Artfight.net, Artbreaker. We're going to go there. What? You did it! You must be a user premium. Look at that. Artbreaker is a donor to Artfight. And look at the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous not character design, page design. I love how it's like retro. This like retro window here. That's so cute. Discord's got a little phone to the world. That's cute. Help. This is really cute. I love all the little icons next to the top toolbar. We can scroll down here. It is so retro looking. I love it. This makes me want to do it now. Artbreaker, your user interface looks amazing. Profile, you've got your table here with your past year's teams. I think that looks great. I love the fact that you did break it down by how many attacks and defenses you did each year or received each year. I love seeing the numbers. I'm such like a nerd for stats. I love the stats. 2025 coming soon. And look at this. Oh, encoded by Battle Winner and Toy House. Always, always, always. Such a good move to give credit where credit is due. Transparency is a beautiful thing. Your like animated self-sona, super cute. And look over here, Artbreaker paint. Jazz, she, they, revenges, friendly fires, group attacks. On the not so draw list is mechas, Vizzy Pop characters, Pokemon, and hateful imagery. Yeah, obviously none of this. We should all like avoid this at all costs. This is cute though. Humans, anthros, ferals, fantasy, clowns, extra emphasis on the clowns, monsters, and ship art. That's why you were saying you have a whole folder of bookmarks dedicated to clowns. If you have like a favorite like that, definitely sort them into bookmarks. And yeah, here we have all of Artbreaker's links, by the way. Shout out to Artbreaker. I'm going to drop her page in here. If you guys want to bookmark, or not bookmark, but follow her and bookmark her characters, you can come up here and hit follow. I'm obviously already followed, so I'm not going to click it because I'll unfollow. But yeah, you can follow Artbreaker's page. I haven't seen this since you updated it. It looks so good. But yeah, you can navigate to all her other links from here. You can see recent followers right here. And then check out some of last year's tags. I'm going to pull one up. We're going to take a look. Just to further incentivize you guys to check out her page, look at this. That looks so incredible. Was this done with colored pencil, or is this pastels? It's so smooth. Like the blending is so smooth. It looks so good. I don't know. Do some pastels or colored pencils. I'm just kind of a little intimidated, but I might try it this year. I did try markers for the first time last year, and I think that went really well. Colored pencil, she says. Artbreaker said it's colored pencil. That is incredible. Well, let's go back, and I want to see your stats. I want to see. I got to take a look. Like these, each year, 101 last year. Artbreaker, are you crazy? That's amazing. You did 101 attacks last year. That's so intense. Your stats have got to be really high. They are. Your batting ratio at overall is over 60%, and even last year was over 60%. You are doing so good. And look at these badges. For anybody who's joining Artfight for the first time, you will start building up badges year over year. You start off with like your first badge here is your first attack on Artfight. You'll receive this badge, and that will be like your very first one. Once you've done 10 attacks, you get this one with the colored pencils. And then the paintbrushes you get at 35 attacks. You hit 75, you get the tablet. I don't know where they go from there. Oh, right here, the shield is 100 attacks. The squirt gun is 150. I think this is where I'm at. I've got the paint gun. Sorry, not the squirt gun. The paint gun. Obviously, it's got to be art related or art fight related. And then you'll also get badges each year for what team you join. And there's a couple different badges you can get. Like this one says loyalty badge. So that means that she joined the Team Sugar and she didn't switch teams. So there's also, during Artfight, it's possible that you could switch teams in the middle of Artfight. You can kind of be a traitor. You can be like a double agent and switch sides, but you will lose your loyalty badge. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go back to, I think we figured out the bookmarks thing. I'm actually super stoked for this. I really want to create more folders. I'm going to put like, we're going to do anthro, and we'll make it this color, and then let's pick, I don't know, let's pick an icon for anthros. Is there like an animal icon? Well, also I'm going to make an animals folder for non-anthros, just for regular animals. But maybe we could do like the not a person one. Let's try that. User alt slash. Copied. All right. Paste it. Perfect. Create. So simple shape, anthros, and then we'll do one that's just animals. Oops, that was not how you do it. You create new folder. I'll sort all these offline. Like I'll actually go through my unorganized folder and sort them offline. But let's do animal. And make it pink. Actually, we'll do the bloom green, and we'll pick a folder for animal. Let's find animal. They've got to have like at least one. I mean, there's a spider. A spider's kind of like not an animal, but don't they have like a bear or something that I could use? It's kind of fun to go through here though, not gonna lie, and pick out. This kind of looks like a crab. Oh, here's an otter. We'll do an otter. An otter is an animal. We'll make an otter folder. Oh, it's even cuter on here. It's upside down, or like it's laying on its back. Look at that, this cute little otter. So animal, anthros, simple shape, and then we'll do humanoid. Oh, and then a mecha. Of course I gotta have a mecha as well. For human, I don't know, like literally like half of these could be human. People arrows, sure, we'll do people arrows. Create folder. Raincoat says, yeah, I was just going to say that, Jingle. What did Jingle say? Jingle said they'll do the previous year badges by the time the fight starts this year. Oh, at the Art Fight store? Probably. Like, support Art Fight and then merch. If you go to merch. Yeah, here right now they just have the keychain. I kind of wish they didn't put the year on here, 2024 on here, because honestly, this keychain is not year specific. It doesn't have the themes from last year. It just has the mascot Ormston around the Art Fight shield. So you really don't need to put the year on it. I kind of think that was like, they could have gone a lot further with this charm if they did not put a year on it, because that's kind of dating it, unfortunately. But I'm sure that they are going to add new items to the store soon, maybe even when they reveal the teams, or they'll do last year's themes and put those in the store. Simple shape, anthro, animal, humanoid, and now I just need mecha, and I think I've kind of got my folders the way I like them. Let's do the brown one for mecha. I think I did brown for something else, but I can change it. And a folder icon for a mecha. I need a robot. I need a robot. I wonder if I can just write robot, if that will like auto-populate something. It will. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. So create folder. All right, so yeah, they're all different colors. I didn't use that twice. Perfect. I'm happy with this. I think this is so cool. How about you guys? I'm just jazzed for these folders. I'm gonna go through later and sort all my unorganized into these folders. And then I will obviously go shopping and snooping the front page for new ones this year to bookmark. Another way to do it is your subscriptions. So if you're already following friends or people you've played with in the past, or people that you just started following this year, if you're creating a new account this year, like you are watching YouTubers and you're following them, you can go to your subscriptions and everything they're updating this year. Well, I don't know if it does updates. Like if I'm just updating my character, I'm not sure it'll hit your subscriptions, but if I add a new character, it'll hit your subscriptions. And so you can see here, I'm following Foggy Rainy and they added a new character, 2 new characters. This one's just filtered because it's, you can also set in your settings, filter certain things that you don't want to see. For me, it's like, gore. I don't really want to see a lot of gore, so if a character is given like a gore trigger warning, it'll be censored for me. So that's probably what this is. This is super cute. This moth lady. I want to look at that one. Madame Marla. I'm going to view that. And you can bookmark them directly from here. So if I just wanted to bookmark this, like if I want to put her in my anthro folder, which I think I will, I could go here, drop this down, and go into anthros. And I can add her. She'll be number 1 in anthros. Bookmark. And I'm gonna go ahead and look at her page anyway. That is so gorgeous. It kind of looks to me like a D&D character. This squirrel's cute too though. Like they're both cute. That is really pretty. Raincoat says, oh, I read that part. You can also get badges for participating in events in the Art Fight Discord or other social, says Jingle Draws. Yeah, don't underestimate how many ways you can get involved and connect with other people. So, and there's the Discord, but there's also, if I go, let's go to my statistics page, right? Statistics. And I got annihilated last year, you guys. 38% battle ratio. But I will say it's really actually 50 because I revenged every single attack I got. I just did them in like kind of like mass attacks. Not like mass attacks where I put like a ton of characters on one page, but there's a lot of pages where I did more than one character. So here I did 2 characters. These were 2 different revenges. They're just on the same attack. These are 3 different revenges. They're just in the same attack. So, and you can see how like another 2 characters that I revenged at the same time, 2 more characters I revenged at the same time. So it only counts it as like I hit back 30%, but I hit back all of them. So it should be a straight 50. Just saying, just saying. But let's scroll down to badges. There are other badges you can get. Like this one was an April Fool's Day one. You can get an April Fool's Day badge. So they are also releasing badges throughout the year. If you pay attention in the Discord, you can get kind of like the heads up for different opportunities, like nudge nudge, where you can get a new badge. And I participated in the April Fool's challenge and got the April Fool's badge, which was deleting the website on April Fool's, and I got this badge. So I second what you said. I think that that is a great plug. I appreciate you throwing that out there. Annie made it said, I did get a vampire one, though. You never got your seafoam one. Are you talking about your badge? Oh, that's what you were saying. Not that they're going to hit the merch store, but they're going to come. Yeah, I don't have my seafoam achievement badge either. They're not out yet. But we will get them at the start of this year. That's usually how it goes. Yeah, you'll get your badge increase this year from the previous year. Because they're exhausted. By the time our fight ends and they tally and they check the millions of submissions to make sure that nobody cheated and that the point tallies were correct to the best of their ability, that they can check all of that. And then they announce the winner, because the winner doesn't get announced on the last day. They have to make sure nobody cheated. So they go back through and check as best as they can to make sure that there's no funny business, and then they announce the winner afterwards. So by the time all of that's done, they're exhausted, and they're not going to do all that extra admin stuff. They need, to R&R, they need to hibernate and recover. So the badges, yeah, they tend to come out before the next one. I got all the seasonal ones this year, says Winter Garden. That's amazing. I want to see, let me go to your page. Oh, is there a space in between it? Did I mess that up? There might be a space. There we go. This is Lunar Garden's page. Let's go to the statistics. I want to see the seasonal badges. So I see the April Fool's one. Oh, this is beautiful. Is this the spring one? And you got the Halloween one? Yeah, so this is a great example. Thank you, Lunar Garden. This is like, if you're paying attention in the Discord and you're participating in the Discord, and look at this one. This looks Christmassy. Arctic Fight? Yeah, wow, these are impressive. I should start paying attention, paying attention, but participating in the off-season stuff, because these are some really good-looking badges. So yeah, here's the winter badge, the autumn badge, the spring badge. They look good. Well done. That's really cool. I'm really excited to try that next year so that I can start getting some of these seasonal badges. They look good. And then Lunar Garden's page. Let's just take a quick scroll through Lunar Garden's page real quick, because they've got, this is kind of how I decorate mine. I use GIFs and stuff. So they've got all of this going on. They've got all these stamps. Again, with like the retro templates, those are cool. And then the like list. Things you like to draw, so people who like have OCs like that are more likely to get art from Lunar Garden. And then your past teams also in a table. I love the inclusion of tables. I started using tables last year for the first time on my page. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my page. So I don't know what the theme is gonna be this year, so I just kind of picked this sunset palette for my page for now, and picked up a couple of GIFs and art pieces from DeviantArt. They're all clickable, so if you click through, it'll take you to the creators page where that art is from, where it links back to. And yeah, here's my table. So I've got in here a link to my webtoon, I've got a link to my YouTube channel, my Discord, and then I've got information here about my priorities for revenges and revenge chains, a link to my sketchbook, my Art Fight sketchbook tour video from last year. And then just because I like cats, there's a lot of cats in here. There's this cat jumping. There's this cat reading a newspaper. That's an owl. But yeah, I did get the Wormston plush. I'll have to show you guys in a future video where I've actually have the webcam on, where you can see the plushie in real life. We love cats here, says Raincoat. Yes, we do. We love cats. You can see here I have 215 attacks and 199 defenses. So my stats are still really good. I still have attacked more people than have attacked me. So I'm still crushing it. I take Art Fight seriously every year. I never slack. I give it my all. And I plan to do the same this year. I'm not going to let you guys down. Character pages. I have updated this, and that's something else we were going to talk about today. I kind of spent more time in bookmarks than I thought I would. just because they have the new feature, and I am just like going like berserk for it. I love the new bookmark folders, and I'm definitely gonna do some sorting there. I'm gonna do some work off stream, sorting all of my bookmarks into folders. But I've like updated my character page too. I haven't submitted a new character, so you're not gonna see this in your subscriptions page unless I start submitting more characters from my new webtoon, which I think I will. This one, Love Cursed Queen of Rogues. Right now, the only character from Love Cursed Queen of Rogues in my art fight gallery is Caitlin, the main character. But I might start adding some others from here. So keep an eye on your subscriptions for that. It probably will happen like 1 week before Art Fight officially begins. So those guys should be hitting your subscription page then. But I've got a lot of new characters now for this webtoon that I will be able to add. And then obviously this top row is all the characters from my other webtoon, Venerable, who have been receiving a lot of love over the years. And every year I feature your guys' artwork of my webtoon characters. If you choose to draw a webtoon character, I will feature that character's artwork on the webtoon. So in the past, we've done it a couple different ways. We have had a whole chapter dedicated to it. So here, this first time, I did a bonus chapter that was literally just a page full of the gift art from you guys, your art fight attacks, and I would like tag them back to your different social accounts. And then if you didn't have a social account listed, I would tag it back to your art fight page. But yeah, here we have, like, there's Marty, Never Give Up. I do love this one from Doodling Loser. Beautiful. This one from the Knave Dave. All of these were art fight attacks except this one. This one actually just came from a friend on Facebook before I deleted my Facebook. And yeah, you can see here this one is tagged directly to art fight and so on. That was one way I did it. I put it all together in a featured like bonus chapter. And then other ways that I've done it before is at the end of, like basically at the end of every chapter, I will do a featured fan art. And I started adding these, like, so here's one, Art Fight Literally Lies. So Literally Lies drew this on Art Fight a previous year, and I just tagged it as featured fan art at the end of a chapter. And every chapter, I'm pretty sure every chapter now has one. So if I just go over one more chapter, and I scroll to the bottom, yeah, another featured fan art, this one by Lily Animation. So you can see here that your artwork will be shown on the webtoon. So if you choose to draw a webtoon character from my art fight characters, I will then feature your artwork on webtoon. So that's just a heads up for anybody if you're like thinking about like attacking you this year but you don't know what character to pick. That might be a little extra thing to consider. Elian says, oh, that's a neat idea. Thank you. I think it's fun. I like to spread the love and share your guys' work too. I'm all about like boosting the community, boosting each other, and supporting each other. I think that with the webtoon contest, with Art Fight, all of it, with the YouTube, with all the things that we do, we like to boost our artist here. Okay, Jingle Draw says, I have mine just themed after my main OC with a specific team banner with him. That's cool too. Definitely like lean into, if you have a whole universe for your own characters, you can make that your theme for your page. Cam says, I found out about Art Fight right after it had ended. Yeah, that's such a bummer when that's when you find it. But that's okay, because you can work on your Art Fight account all year long. And now we know if you do if you join the Discord, you can work on the off-season challenges and get off-season badges. All right, so let's talk about submitting characters and updating character sheets, because I think that's something that we could be doing. I have been doing this kind of like quietly. Like I said, you're not there. These, if you update an existing character, it is not going to hit other people's notifications. But if you've looked at my characters in the past, definitely look at them again, especially if you're saving references to your computer or your phone or wherever you're saving them offline in case the website crashes the first day. I have new references from last year. I think this happened to me when I drew a character for, was it, I'm trying to think, whose character, Artbreaker, was it your character? It wasn't your character. I drew a character based on a reference that I had saved to my computer in a previous year. And, my point is, of showing you this, Caitlin's references have updated. So, like, this is an old reference, and this is an old reference. But I replaced all the other ones. Like, this is a panel from the comic. This is an old reference. So you kind of see, like, I'm a mixed bag. This is old, this is old, this is old. This is new, this is new, this is new. I'm, like, starting to swap out old references with new references. So if you are planning on updating some of your old art, it's best to get that in now, pre-art fight, in the final 2 weeks before art fight, so that people who are saving your references to their computer or phone to draw your character as one of their first attacks while the website is potentially crashing and they can't access bookmarks. Because you always want to save a handful. Always save a handful offline in case the website is down the first couple days. That way you can still participate, you can still play, you can still draw while you wait for the website to recover. But you, personally, for your characters, want to have those updates made as early as possible before the game starts, so that when people save your references, they will have the most up-to-date reference. And I'm going to show you an exact example of when this happened to me, where I saved a reference from somebody to draw a character for them. And then as soon as I submitted the character, I went back and looked at their page, and they had updated the reference, and the character looked very different from how I had drawn them. Let me see if I can find it. I know she was, like, drinking boba tea. I drew her drinking boba tea. It's this one. So this was 2023. We were werewolves versus vampires. And I drew this character based on the reference I had saved offline from my bookmarks before the game started. And then I waited till the game started. The website had crashed. I didn't care because I had this one saved and I was planning to draw her. Drew her exactly based on the palette, based on the wardrobe, everything from the original reference. And then as soon as I submitted her, I went to my use page, and the artist had updated the reference, and she had changed. And so I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I didn't realize that you had updated her reference while I was drawing this, because I had just saved it for, like, one of my first attacks. I hope you don't mind. She didn't mind. It was totally fine. She wasn't upset. Still really liked the artwork, but it's just something that if you want to update your character, this is my advice, try your best to get those updates in before the first day of art fight, because people will save your references ahead of time. So just be prepared for that. That's my advice when it comes to updating your reference sheets, so that you're giving people who are drawing your characters for you your best references up front, like your best references on hand as soon as the game starts. I did this last year in a video, not last year, what year was it? I don't even know. But I'm going to show you guys real quick. Let me go to my channel. Okay. I have a whole playlist. I know for some of you this is redundant. I'm so sorry for those who have been on my channel long enough to know this already. But I have this playlist, and I'm going to go ahead and drop this in the chat. I'm also going to pin it. I'm going to pin this playlist for you guys. I really, really highly recommend, and I know it's going to sound super biased, but I super highly recommend this playlist to every art fighter, because it's not just my videos. I put in here videos from other people. Like, yeah, the first 4 are mine, but I've got Anteater Animations and Arts videos in here, Already-ish's videos in here, Teresa Talks videos are in here, Luce's videos are in here, Palette Table Podcast, Teresa Talks, I think I've said that one already, but it's again, Already-ish again, Phoenix Mask is in here, Delineated Depths is in here, Generic Honeydew is in here, Reveal is in here, and so on. I've got so many videos in here from all kinds of channels that are providing you guys with good information about art fight. So this isn't just like a self-plug. I'm not just doing a shameless self-plug here. This is generated, like, genuinely an art fight help playlist, no matter whose channel it comes from. If I see a video that I think is really helpful, I add it to this playlist. I do try to sort them so that all of the tutorial stuff is on top, and then on the bottom of the playlist, if you're like, okay, I really don't need to learn all of this stuff, I'm pretty familiar with art fight, you can scroll further down, and down here you'll notice that it starts becoming they start becoming live streams. And it's just like if you want something in the background to play for a couple of hours while you're drawing, and you want to listen to other people talk about art fight while they're drawing, and just so you can kind of like have that background noise and it stay on brand, on theme, we have all of these playlists in here. So I've got like some of my old streams, I've got Sour Monkey in here, Whatchamacallit's in here. We've got some older streams by Sudoku-sen, Arcelaris is in here, Pilferpup. Pilferpup's got some really great streams that are in here. So all of this stuff is in here to keep you guys company while you're doing art fight. And a lot of these bottom streams are during art fight, and I know people will stream this here during art fight too, but this is in case you don't feel like searching through YouTube trying to find somebody who's live right now. You want to just like put on a playlist and not have to do that while you focus on drawing. This playlist already exists. I already added all of these live streams together. So you can come in here, like scroll down to whatever video, just pick one at random. Like I could just pick this one right here and start here and just let it play through. Because the rest of these after this one right here are just live streams of people working on art fight attacks. And it can be really inspiring because you can see like somebody else's attacks that they're drawing, and it might spark an idea for you. You might like get an idea from that drawing and be like, oh, that is kind of cool. I didn't think like in this way I could like do that, like one little detail and turn it into something completely different, and like stuff like that can be really, really motivating. So that is why I've pinned this to the top of the channel. And of course, if you want to check out my YouTube page, not my YouTube page, you're on my YouTube page. If you want to check out my art fight page, I'm going to go ahead and drop that, but I will leave the playlist pinned. So those are the links there for you. Do with them what you will, and we will keep on keeping on. I think the reason I pulled up that playlist though is because I did have a video. I'm going to just hop over my channel real quick. Kind of. We're going to not look at this one right now. You can watch this one. I do encourage you to watch this one. I'm really happy and proud of this one. 30 Days of Art Fight using Ohuhu markers. This is me last year working in marker for the first time, and honestly really proud of it. I do suggest this video, but that's not the point of me opening YouTube again. The point of me opening YouTube again is because I do want to show you guys a video now that we're talking about updating your references. I have a whole video about this. I'm going to scroll down. It is an easier way to find it is through that playlist. I'm not going to lie. But here you can see I did a video 2 years ago about a character reference sheet that was 5 years old. And I was like, this art is so old. I have gotten so much better in the last 5 years. I want to update it. And so I walk you guys through that whole process here, and we talk about like just why I'm changing it and what I want to accomplish with this new reference sheet, and talking about like even just making sure to include your flat colors as a little palette on your reference sheet so the artist can, you know, like do a eye picker if they're doing digital art off of your reference sheet and stuff like that. Like just little nuggets and suggestions as we go through the video. And I talk about the character and just my experience on art fight in general. So that's also something in there for you while you're currently working on your references. Now is the time. And I'm gonna like make this smaller so we can pull this down. I want to open up the thumbnail. Just open image. Here we go. I think this like really shows you kind of the change in art skill and art style from 5 years ago to then to now. I guess in the video it would be like to now. And that alone is enough of a reason. If you feel like your ability has improved so much that you kind of like, you're like, oh, I wish I had drawn that a little better. I could draw that a little better now if I wanted to. let that be your sign. So that's like your time to go and update your reference sheets if you have time. Obviously, if you're like really busy right now, you have like a summer camp going on, or you're doing summer classes, or whatever it might be. If you're really busy and you can't update your characters, you know, don't feel ashamed to add old character reference sheets. I know I've still got some old ones that I still to this day have not updated. Like I've got reference sheets from my webtoon characters from 2017 that I haven't updated. Like that's updated because it's a panel. But if I pull up this, her original reference sheet, the very first drawing or the very first reference on here, this is from 2017. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. If you don't need to spend time updating, if you don't have time or you don't want to spend time updating your characters, you don't have to. Do not feel like if it's old, you can't post it. Absolutely post your old character sheets if you have them and you want that character, you want art of that character. Don't let the date deter you, because the date is not important. It doesn't matter. This reference sheet is from 2017. It did not stop me, and it will not stop me from leaving it up here. I'm going to keep using these reference sheets of my webtoon characters from 2017, and I'm fine with that. Also, I love this one. This is from 2020. I created a holiday piece for New Year's Eve. You can see that on her hat, New Year's Eve, and they're like 2020 is what they're doing with their hands here, 2020. I don't know if it reads very well that way, but in my mind at the time when I drew this, I thought it was clever. So this is a 2020. This one's literally, this drawing is 5 years old. I drew this in 2020 and I still love it, and so I'm still leaving it up as a reference of my webtoon cast. So don't let the year bother you. If the art bothers you because you know you can do better, or just because you want to change the design of a character, like I don't like that I use that pattern or whatever, and you want to change it, you can. D Fanatics is interrupted by an ad. That's okay. That's okay. The ads are how my channel makes money. So unfortunately, it's just, it's the trade-off, right? Like we get to use YouTube for free, but then we have to see ads every once in a while. I did, in the settings for my live streams, I set it to every 30 minutes, so we shouldn't see them that often. If you are seeing them more often, definitely let me know, because they should not be playing that often. It should only be once every 30 minutes. And I skipped the last one because I can see it coming up on my studio screen. And if I'm in the middle of a talking point that I don't want interrupted, I skip it. And so I also skipped the first ad. So we should have been in a whole hour without an ad so far before this one. Jingo says, I've only gotten 2 ads this stream. Okay, good. That sounds about right. Any more than that, if anybody's seen more than that, then YouTube's not following the settings that I set. It should not have been more than 2. I think that kind of covers updating characters, shy of doing one live, and I did do one live recently. I'm going to use the word recently loosely because I did recently do a live stream on character design and the elements of character design, and using things like big, small, little, or big, medium, small, as far as like proportions go and things like that when I updated this character. So like here's the old one, the old reference. I think you guys can tell that this is kind of old. And here's the new redesigned version of her. I wanted her to look way more like a gargoyle. I wanted to use the principles of big, medium, small. So like I made the ears bigger, the nose is bigger, teeth are bigger, wings are smaller, you know, so I'm trying to use big, medium, small here, things like that. Artbreaker says, I think I'm going to squeeze out one more new character before the fight starts. That's awesome. Artbreaker, well, technically old, but so the redesign, he looks nothing like he did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like now, when we're 2 weeks out, now is the time to do those updated character sheets, or to create and add new characters, which I need to do for, let's just do one. Let's do one right now. I'm going to go ahead and create a new character. So let's go to characters. I think this is how you do it, right? Submit new character. And we're going to do Wesley Cohen. Actually, I'm gonna just start making these instead of steampunk. Love Cursed Queen of Rogues. Liqueur Webtoon. That's how we're gonna name this. And I'm gonna, yes, make the character. No, I don't have a species sheet. And we're gonna, he's just like a human. We're gonna go ahead and choose a file. So I'm gonna bring this down here. And I'm gonna go into my Webtoon folders. Actually, it might be a better shot, might be in screenshots. Let's see. We are gonna add a character from my Webtoon. So let's do that. We'll do this one. Open this photo. That'll be our main image for now. And external link, we're gonna do Love Cursed Queen of Rogues Webtoon. And then let's add the Webtoon link. Go here, grab that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I want to add a little commentary here. So in my description, Wesley Cohen, the Duke of Brasshaven, is secretly an assassin by night, engaged to the Baron's daughter, Caitlin Cogford, and I'm actually able, if I remember correctly, I should be able, to link characters together on ArtBite in the description box. So let's try it. Let's go to my characters. Let's scroll. Let's grab Caitlin's page. We're gonna grab the link up here, and I'm gonna navigate back to this. I'm gonna highlight Caitlin Cogford and click this little URL button. Add her link. So now Caitlin is hyperlinked with secrets of her own. Check them both out in this Lovers to Enemies story on Webtoon. Alright, so that I think is a good enough description for now. Yes, I created the image that I selected. And tags, we'll do steampunk, we'll do Webtoon, we'll do blue hair, and we'll do assassin. And I think that's good. No, it doesn't need a content filter, and we'll submit. It's as easy as that. As long as you already have the art made, and I'm gonna obviously, you can add up to 6 reference images. This is just one. So I'll add the rest and we'll get like a full body so we can see his outfit too, because we're gonna wanna see his outfit too. So let's go ahead and edit, add new images. You go to the images tab to do that. Once you've created the character, you can only, when you're first submitting it, you can only submit it with the main image, but then go back into edit that character to add more images. Jingle Draws, hello, says, yes, I love linking my characters together. Yeah, it's good to like combine, like be able to like keep them sort of like looped together so that if people want to do an ensemble piece for you of your characters, they know which ones are part of the same universe. So now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to choose a new image. Whoops, not like that. The point was not to have all of that on screen. We're going to go to Webtoon, Love Cursed Queen of Rogues, and I would like to find, actually it might be, I think it's still easier to look in my screenshots because I think I screenshot my favorite panels. So it should be in here somewhere. How many characters are you guys planning to host on your profile? Because I know that's also a point of contention for some folks who are who have like maybe 3 pages of characters, which I think it's 30 characters per page. That was like 90 characters total, and other people like are like, that's too many. I get like if I'm looking at your page and you have that many characters, I might get like, what is it called? Like when you get like choice paralysis. Yeah, you might get choice paralysis. Some people are like, if there's only 10 characters, I might not like any of them, and then I won't have one to draw because none of them like spoke to me. So I know it's like kind of a tough decision to make, to decide what character or how many characters to submit to your page. error occurred. Oh no. Oh, I forgot to submit. See, and now I gotta open it up again. Let's do this again. I guess I gotta fill it out correctly, especially on stream. I don't want to mislead anybody. I don't want to get you guys going the wrong way. So this is a full body shot of him. I gotta fill out this part too. I did create the image. Yes. No, it does not need a content filter. Submit. Now if I go to Wesley's page, we have his headshot here. Let me zoom out because it's a little too zoomed in. So we have the headshot, and now we have a full body shot. We can see like the whole outfit. Good luck, Cam says raincoats. Cam says 5 characters left for me to design. Wish me luck. Good luck. Yeah, Artbreaker, Wesley, my boy. Artbreaker definitely had no favoritism here, we see. Technically old, but the redesign. Yeah, I heard that. June Controls, yes, I love linking my characters together. Literally same. Raincoat, I have one more character design and put up on Artfight. About to put up one of my other characters right now. Go for it. This is the time. It's the weekend too. The weekends are perfect. I mean, usually the weekends are a perfect time to catch up on your art to-dos. Lunar Garden, I'm debating on adding one more character because it will bring me up to 50. 50 is a good solid number though. It's like, it like rounds it up, you know? Kaysun, the artist, says 11 characters, or if not, possibly half of that. And Jingo goes, I will only look at characters on the first page. Yeah, see, that's kind of like what I was getting at, is like sometimes more than one page of characters can be considered overwhelming. I tend to like to stay, if possible, to choose something on the first page. Also, people tend to put them, when they're putting them in order, when you're doing your character order, they tend to put their favorites at the top anyway. I like to not go over one page. I will start hiding characters if I have more than 30, because if it goes over one page, I just, it's not even about like choice paralysis. It's just about like, I like to keep my page clean, and I don't want to like click over one page and have like one straggler hanging off the other page. It's a really dumb reason, but that's my reason. I just like my page to stay clean, so I will hide the extras if I go over, because I do have others. Like if we go in here, which I need to do anyway since I just added Wesley and I want to sort him in the right order. If I go to my characters, manage characters, you can see I have 41 characters. Some of them are hidden, like Jovina is hidden, that's why she's grayed out. Mullivan's hidden, Maeve is hidden, Clary is hidden, Rini down here and Kieran are hidden. The Fridge Sona is hidden. Fridge Sona was like, I think it was a 2020 thing or a 2021 thing we did. We had like a Discord where everybody made their own fridge character. And then we all like did mass attacks of all these refrigerators at like conventions and the movie theater and playing cards and stuff. It was really fun. Kim says, I put linked images of all my characters in my profile bio so people can see all of them immediately. That's really cool too. I've seen people do that, and when it's done well, it can look really cool. Lunar Garden, yeah, I have my 4 MCs on the very top of my toy house, and then my Sona. I know that like Already-ish, if you watch Already-ish's channel, I'm gonna like scroll down so I can grab Mullivan here. Not Mullivan, sorry, Wesley. And start moving him up because I want him to sit next to Kate. There we go, Caitlin. And also, okay, so let's save sorting order. You gotta hit save sorting order, by the way. If you don't, then you navigate back to your page, they won't be in the order you wanted them in. But I actually do want to edit her. So instead of saying steampunk, I'm gonna change this to Love Cursed Queen of Rogues, webtoon. I want all of the characters in the webtoon that I submit to say that and hit submit so it saves. That way, it's just one more way for people to know what characters belong together. So webtoon, 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 webtoon. Oh no. Well, it's fine because those are a different webtoon. That's Venerable, and then this is Liqueur. So I might even go back now that I have 2 webtoons and update these and specify Venerable webtoon for each one. And then this will be Love Cursed Queen of Rogues webtoon for each one of them. But you can kind of see, like, I've got a couple more Liqueur characters to add. I won't go over one page, though. So I will allow myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more tops. 5 total characters more tops. just to finish this row out, and then that's my cutoff. Just for me personally, that's how I feel personally. Hello, Blue Mouse. Good to see you. Hello, happy to manage to catch the stream. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're having a great weekend. We are preparing ourselves for, and here's another cat. You guys noticed on my front page I have a lot of cat gifts. Here's another one sitting in a rainy windowsill, having a beautiful cat nap. Yeah, we're trying to prepare ourselves for Art Fight because Art Fight is coming, and I like to overlap my webtoons and my Art Fight experiences. So you're going to catch my webtoon characters on my Art Fight page, and then, like I mentioned previously when you were looking at my older webtoon, my Venerable webtoon, this top row, all of the artwork I've received of these characters in the past get featured throughout the year on new chapters of the webtoon. So each time I put out a new chapter, I pick another piece of art from my Art Fight gift arts, like all the art that I get of these characters on Art Fight, and I feature them at the bottom of new chapters. So it's a win-win. You guys get to get Art Fight points for drawing these pictures, and then I also promote you on my webtoon page. So artist elevating artist, that's what we're all about here. We're gonna keep doing it. Yeah, and then obviously the new webtoon is going to be this second row once I'm done updating, or not just updating, but uploading characters from the new webtoon. They're going to be all in the second row here, and then all of these like other OCs are going to get kind of like pushed down a row. These two are D&D characters, that's why they say D&D on them. I try to label things well. She is my zombie character, technically also from a comic I did a long time ago, like my first comic, you guys, Zombie Chiefs. I drew this when I was deployed. It was my deployment comic. And then I did this silly little 3-panel strip. Like, this isn't what the pages looked like, but I did do a little strip. And you can kind of tell, like, this is my early art. You can see it in, like, the anatomy of the characters. Blue Mouse says, this is my first year doing Art Fight, so I'm super excited to finally get a chance to join. I'm really excited for you to join. I think that's really great. I love seeing new people join Art Fight. Every year it grows bigger and bigger, and I think that that is a beautiful thing. I want this to continue to grow until it's so huge. I mean, it is already so huge. We surpassed 1 million users last year, which is incredible. So we just got to keep going. I mean, like, it is a global event, y'all. We can do this. And the more players there are, the more chances that somebody is going to draw your characters, because there are just more eyes on your characters, right? And here we have, yeah, I was talking about how, like, this is my oldest comic. It's one I drew when I was deployed. It only exists now on, actually I think it's still on DeviantArt in page form, and then it's vertical scroll form on Tapas, but I never put this one on Webtoon just because I didn't really see the point. It's really my older art, but I did do an updated character sheet, which you can see here, in 2019. So this comic is super old. It's back when I was deployed. That's what, like, I keep saying that, but like, this is the most up-to-date character sheet, and even this was from 2019. It's like almost 6 years old. But I'm still happy with this reference, so I don't feel the need to update this character. The reference is fine as is. Technically, it's 2 characters. It's Bianca and her daughter Kirby. But I make sure to mention in the comments that you can draw one or the other or both. It's up to you. And people have, in the past, drawn one or the other or both. Last year, I think I got this one from Shuggy Cake of Bianca, and she looks beautiful. I was so stunned. I could almost cry. It's so pretty. And then this one I received in 2020 by Frackety Frack, and they decided to draw both mother and daughter, and I think it's so beautiful. Such good stuff, Art Fight. People are always surprising me, and people are going to surprise you too. And you can be the one surprising. You can surprise yourself with what you're capable of drawing. You never know. You might get really inspired. Because it is low pressure. There's not a whole lot of pressure in Art Fight. And if you are feeling pressure, come talk to me. Because I will do everything to, like, reassure you that there's no need to be under pressure, to lighten your stress and just have a good time. Art Fight is entirely voluntary. You are not required to do anything on Art Fight. It is at your discretion. Always remember that. Have fun, have a good time with it. I know I will be having a good time sorting my bookmarks now that we have folders for like the next couple of hours once I'm off stream. And then, like I said, if you are following me, if you go to my page and you click the little follow button, which is usually like right here, but I obviously can't follow myself, so I don't see a button. But if you follow me, then when I start submitting those new characters for my webtoon, you'll receive a notification in your subscriptions box. So if you come down here to subscriptions, this is where you'll find all of those new characters posting, and this is where all of your new characters that you post will pop up for other people. You will also temporarily land on the front page too. So all recent characters end up here on the front page. I did not check immediately after submitting Wesley, so he's probably gotten pushed back because people are on here actively, like super active. Let's see how many pages back we have to go to find him, or if I just give up. Because we're 3 pages deep now. I submitted Wesley maybe 20 minutes ago. There he is. So 4 pages deep, 20 minutes ago, there's Wesley. Now is a good time to submit because your character will land on the front page. And people who are looking for bookmarks right now, who are like excited for everybody to start and they're prepping by bookmarking, have a really good shot of finding your character in the recent characters pages. This is really cute too. I'm gonna click on this one. It's giving Pokemon to me. I definitely feel like this looks like a Pokemon character, except it's not because there's like a tail. So this is an Anthro character. Oh, and there's little ears here too. And maybe it's just the style. The style just reads Pokemon to me. This artist looks like they're really good. And they look like they're new. They've got, maybe they joined late last year, only got in 1 attack, 2 defenses, and a handful of characters. But they are currently active, so I'd expect them to play this year. Also, sourcing your bookmarks from the front page is good for another reason. The new characters that are posting this year under recents, you know these are active players because they're online right now updating their profiles. So they are planning to play. You're not going to end up drawing for them. Like if I pull from my bookmarks from previous years, like I've had like a backlog of characters in my bookmarks, this unorganized folder. I take a risk if I like download a couple of these, like this one I've been wanting to draw for years and I just haven't gotten to her. But if I choose to draw this one and then this player doesn't play this year, I'll still get points for submitting the art, but they might not see it if they don't log in, and if they're not active on Artfight, they might never see the art that I drew. But I think because they have the seafoam color here, they played last year, they didn't skip last year, there's a good chance they'll come back this year. So just little things like that. You might end up drawing an old bookmark that ends up not playing this year. Sometimes people skip years. Sometimes people do one and done and never come back. I think a lot of times people do come back. I think that's how the community continues to grow. But just something to keep in mind, you are more likely to get your art seen by a player that you picked, by a player whose character you chose from recent characters than from perhaps past bookmarks, in case that person is busy this summer and isn't able to make it back this year. I don't think I've ever had that problem where I drew for somebody and they didn't return, but I'm saying that it's just a risk. That's all. Raincoat says, oh, I saw my OC in recents? You saw your OC in recents? That's cool. We were literally just scrolling through here. Annie Fanatic said, so cute. D Fanatic said, and I'm making Echo Kupo and redesigning other characters. Yeah, absolutely. Knock those out. Blue Mouse, that's good to know. Yeah, I hope that's helpful. Look at this guy. The little thumbnail is so funny. It's like a little pig leg. I feel like this would be considered a mecha because it looks to me, well, actually, I don't know. It's like a hybrid because it's got mecha. What do you call that when it's somebody who has like machine parts? Like the dude from the DCU? Cyborg? It's like a cyborg because it's got like fleshy parts, but it's also got machine parts. So this one's kind of cyborgy. I think I would sort cyborgs into mechs just because I would know in that folder that I'm going to have to draw mech parts. But technically speaking, if we're going to be literal, if we're going to be specific, I believe this would be more of a cyborg. It would be a simple character because it's an object OC, says Jingle Draws. Yeah, you can put them in simple characters too. That's for sure. Like, there's so many ways to to interpret and to sort different characters. And really, it doesn't matter because nobody sees your bookmarks but you, so you can sort them however you want. Like, you can sort them by, like, say, like, my favorite OCs and my backup OCs or whatever. Nobody would know because nobody can see what your folders are but you. I recommend not being, like, immature about it and using bad language because that might get your account flagged. I don't know how, if the moderators are, like, if there's any kind of, like text filters on these, but, you know, just be smart about it. Don't do anything that's offensive, and then you don't have anything to worry about. Can I ask what some good tags may be? I noticed that when uploading recently, but I can't find any info on what people look for in an RFA. Tag things to your character. So, like, when I just did Wesley's, and I tagged a couple things. I tagged Webtoon because it's a Webtoon character. I tagged steampunk because it's a steampunk character, like, it's in a steampunk universe. So you can tag by aesthetic. I would consider a steampunk aesthetic. You can tag by fandom. If it's like a Spider Sona, you could put, like, Spider-Man, Spider Sona. So you can tag by fandom. If it's a My Little Pony fandom, you put MLP. I tagged blue hair to Wesley just because I know in past years, like, a descriptor as simple as that has actually been trending. So just describing your character the way you would in, like, a little summary, those make good tags. Things like if your character has wings, write wings as a tag. If your character has, if it's an undersea character, maybe mention I'm not sure, like pick some words that might describe that, like mermaid or sea creature, Atlantis, stuff like that. So just try to, like, yeah, species and media it's based on, our gamer show, like Jingle Jaws says. And basic descriptors. I know that, like, last year, let's go to tag search. We'll go to tag search right now, and let's search some stuff. So here's, like, some examples under the tag search. It says humanoid, anthro, feral. These are great ones. Like, start with what kind of character it is. Mecha. Symbol shape, original species, fan character, design and OC. I personally do not like these. Design and OC, I will skip it every single time. I feel like if you're going to do art fight, you need to submit your own OCs. Don't farm OCs from other people by having them just draw random stuff for you. That's my personal opinion. I know that there are other people who are pro design and OC. I just think it's a little low effort. I think it's low effort to just put a random character block and say design me an OC. I just think that's low effort. I don't personally. I will put you on the very bottom of my revenge list if you draw for me and I go to revenge you and the only option is to design you an OC. You will go to the very bottom of the list. That's my personal opinion, just throwing that out there. Yeah, so here's some examples of what you could search, and then, like, you could do wings. I know that that's, like, one that's going to be, or if you want somebody that's, like, and again, like, anthro was on here, you could search by anthro. But, like, if I really just want to draw, like, angelic characters or characters with wings, maybe, like, even bat wings or something, I could search wings, and then it's going to bring me in here. I'm going to get all of these characters with wings. So just some very basic, if I wanted Catboy, I'm sure is one. I'm sure people have put Catboy as their tags, and you could look up Catboy. Yeah, look at this. There's, like, pages and pages and pages of Catboys. And you can refresh as well, and it will bring up another random batch of the same, like, I could do this again. And if I'm not mistaken, it should give me, yeah, another random selection of people with that tag. So even if you do a search and you're like, oh, I didn't like any of those, just do it again. Do the search again, because it'll bring you another batch of characters that have that tag on it. I hope that helps. I really like the tag search. This was really useful to me last year when we were doing, when the YouTubers, the art fight YouTubers did a collab last year. I'm not sure the video ever dropped because I think the organizer ended up getting really busy and wasn't able to drop the video ultimately. But we had bounties. We did a collab called Bounties, and we were supposed to find characters with certain traits and then attack those characters so that we could do like a montage of all these characters that had similar features by like satisfying these bounties. It was a really fun challenge. I'm hoping that this year that the creator will drop the video. Maybe they're just waiting for Artfight to start again so that they can maximize views. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If they do, I will definitely boost it on my page. It'll end up on like my community tab and in my Discord, and I will share that with you guys. Yay, I'm so glad to hear that it was helpful. Good, 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 good. So, let me go back to my profile. So as sort of just a roundup here, we've talked about updating your profile page. I know it was kind of brief, but we did cover that a little bit, and I have tons of videos on my playlist to go over this in more detail with literal like walkthroughs on how to edit your page and how to add pictures and how to like tag the pictures so that you can click through to the source material and all of that stuff. We talked about uploading characters, and I did one live for you guys on the stream when we uploaded Wesley Cohen, and I showed you how to add more images other than just your primary image. We also talked about bookmarks, and we explored the new bookmark feature, which is the folders, so that you're able to sort them now into folders based on criteria that best suits you. Oh, there's another ad. Sorry for anybody that just got hit with that ad. We will wrap this up as soon as they get back. I think the ads are only 15 to 30 seconds long, so it shouldn't be too long. I do want to very quickly just navigate us back to, oh, and we talked about this, updating your character sheets. So let me not forget that. That was another focal point of today's live stream. We talked about updating old references. If you feel ready, if you feel it is time to update old references, to go ahead and do that now in the 2 weeks prior to Artfight kickoff. And if you have an old reference, do not let the date deter you. It doesn't matter how old it is. If the reference is still valid, if the reference is still viable, if the wardrobe and the character design are still accurate, submit them. Just because it's from the year 2020, or if it's from 2017 even, or any older year, as long as you're happy with it, submit it. Don't feel pressured or intimidated or embarrassed out of using old art. You can absolutely use old art. And the last thing I would say, wrapping up today's live, is to make sure to join me on Discord and check out the playlist on YouTube, because once again, this playlist, which is pinned to the top of chat right now, and I will pin it as the pinned comment in this video once I close out the video and we have the ability to add comments to the replay, the video on demand. I will pin this playlist as well. I have so many resources in here for you as you prepare for Artfight. I've got answers to common Artfight questions here. I've got top tips. I did this video last year, top tips that really goes more into detail about the final week, and this video too, the second video in the playlist. Artfight prepping tips in 1 week. And then the master tutorial right here at the very top. We can even go further into detail on certain types of different types of attacks that you can do. I've got this video here on mass attacks and revenge chains to make sure you are maximizing your point totals and to make sure that you are linking your revenges to the person that attacked you so that you guys can have a solid, thorough, effective revenge chain. All right, and of course, like I mentioned before, I've also included Artfight videos by other Artfight creators on YouTube, so you get a really good mix of content from different voices, not just me. And I want you guys to have the best Artfight that you can possibly have this year. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you had fun this stream and that you will go check out the last stream that I did. Let's not forget, before I log off, this orange thumbnail here, Artfight 2025 is free for players, just to get a full understanding of the breakdown of how this is possible, how 1 million players can play Artfight for free, and what you can do if you want to become a contributor or a donor. Artbreaker did, and we saw Artbreaker's page looks phenomenal. Her donor page looks amazing. Okay, thank you guys. That's everything that I have for right now. We will be back again very soon, so make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Check out the Discord if you are on Discord, and we will stay in touch. Bye, and thanks for coming.